Hello guys, it's Ign Hl04 back with another Splinterlands video. This time we're gonna talk about the same thing as I wanted to make a video about yesterday. But now we're just gonna do it with some tone. I'm really sorry for that, I apologize. Sometimes it's a little bit buggy and yeah, you know what I mean. Mistakes happen. So now we're gonna talk about something: renting or owning a max silver deck. Therefore, I'm just going to say, first up, it got less profitable because Splinterlands got from 6 to 8 cents to about 4.4 cents. Like there, we were about 5 cents all the time. If you look at 9th, there we go, 7 days, 5 cents, 5 cents, and now it's only down to 4.2 cents. So it really got less profitable. So now it's really how you make the most out of the game, because all of the LP rewards are now DC, which I think is not very strong. Now let's go to Splinterlands. First up, let's look at some cards. What I'm doing currently, I have an account where I own all of the cards. Like there I own nearly a maxed out Chaos Legion deck. I'm only missing the summoners. All of them I only have level max for gold. I'm currently working on Yasek and Wraith, but those two got really expensive. Then I'm also trying to get the Elfane, but yeah, you know. From the monster side, I only haven't worked my way through the legendaries. I'm working on those. But now I'm gonna show you, this is my, it's a little spoiler for the next video, but it's okay. That's my alt account. There are only rent cards now. I'm trying to make it profitable for renting because I have a max level, not even bronze deck, but I have a pretty decent deck to play in bronze and silver. And if you go then for rent it to me, I'm currently trying to rent for champion. And currently it's not profitable, so much I can tell you, because I haven't reached champion yet. But we'll sure how this turns out. So you can, I'm trying to do it both ways. And now I'm just gonna share my results with you. First up, let's go to Share. Oop, not Splinter Share, sorry, wrong side. Let's go to Splinter Cards. There you can see, if you go there to Tools, set value. If you go to first up rewards Chaos Legion frame, then a max silver deck cost only $46, which I would highly recommend to you. And even if you only have $15 or something, then buy all the commons, rares and epics. Buy only the necessary legendaries. But first up you need to buy all of the common, rares and epics for the reward cards in Chaos Legion. For if you don't know what cards these are and how do you find them, you go to the buy sector, you can go to, where is it? There it is, Chaos Legion. Then you have all of the Chaos Legion cards that just, if you want to compare them, you go up here, then you go there to silver, and now you can see which card is worth, and what card you want to buy, and if you want to buy a gold foil copy or a regular foil copy. And there you can choose between your cards. And if you see, let's go just to the legendaries. Those are also not expensive, they only cost $6 per BCX per max copy, and I would highly recommend to get all of those cards. All of them can be really helpful. So I wouldn't rent those, I would just buy those because it's easier, and then you have some ownership of cards, which I will talk to you out in just a minute. Then let's go to let's see how much the gold is going for. $300 for gold. So if you don't have maybe a gold comet, it's only $12. That would also be okay, or silver, or it depends on you. Then let's go to Chaos Legion. And in Chaos Legion we have to pay about $1,258. And if you just remember, yeah, I only have $50 a month, or I have for example, a $50 account, what should I do now? I'm gonna tell you, because I currently invested about 5.5 in the game, but I'm gonna tell you what you can do to get the max out of your playing experience. If you feel comfortable in your league, you just go to rent, you go there Chaos Legion, and then you can just put in all of the necessary details there, where it's level 4, common is level 5. Let's also do Rift Watchers, and first up, summoners are the most important thing. That's why I would also recommend renting summoners at first. And now you see Talon goes for 3 DC. I would pick him, for example. I would also pick a Quicks for 9 DC. It's really cheap. Then I just need maybe your own attack currently, but I'm talking to that about a minute. And then you just take a third one out, like maybe you like to play Ilfane, or let's do a Fernhard. Those are the cheapest ones right there. Then you have a Death, Dragon, and Earth deck. For them you just need monsters, like you're going there Death, Dragon, Earth, and neutral. And now you're only going for the monsters, and now you can pick the monsters what you're looking for, and they are really not that expensive. 0.3 DC is not expensive, and we are looking about up there. It's 0.07 cents, so it's about 2 SPS that you have to make back for 4 cards, and I think that is really doable in 2 days. And then you just rent out the deck that you want and need. That's how you would do the renting strategy. And for me, I think you have to synergize between both. What I noticed is that if you rent certain cards, it will help you to make you more profit than only owning them. Like, when we go back to me, my main account, I also rented a Max Dr. Blight, a Max Chaos Agent, and also all of the necessary summoners that I can play in Diamond without any problems. And currently I rented them for $13, and I made about, only today, I made about 47 SPS, which is about $1.60. And I can stay easy positive, especially if we consider that SPS was not about 4 cents, it was about 6 cents, and you can do that easily. So I would recommend, let's go to one of my viewer. He asked me if I could show through his deck and maybe help him how he would build a silver deck. So let's go to Izulk real quick. So there you see it. He also owns, if I know this right, and Mylar and then Brighton Bloom. Those two are worth together $16. Those are, don't get me wrong, those are amazing summoners, but at level 1, if you want to play in silver, they won't help you a lot. So I would consider selling those if you want to play in modern or in wild, it doesn't matter. Selling those, and for those you can buy a, if you want him. Let's just compare. Let's go to silver. Let's go to summoners. Okay, it's currently a little laggy, I'm sorry. Okay, it doesn't work right now. But let's go to summoners. Modern. And a channel Sloan for $1 per BCX. First up, it's really cheap. I would go for that if you want to play in the higher leagues, if you like Sloan. But there we have it, a gold for $50. Then there would be, let's just go bulk. Let's go for silver, 34 or 19. So with $19, both of them, if I remember correctly, are worth 18. You can buy a level 3 quicks, which would also be a viable option. Then let's go to the reward cards. There you have a few ones, like the Palico Concha is really good level, the Smith you can level them up also, but I would, as I said, all of the Chaos Legion cards, level them up. You don't need to rent them, you need to own them. If you have the budget, I would keep especially the Ureas in the gold foil and the Exploding Reds in gold foil. If you don't have the budget, I would sell those to get the max, to get really every reward card maxed out and buy those back later. I would keep the Sandworm because this card is also amazing at level 1. The Creeping Ooze isn't necessary because if you want to play in Modern, you don't need him, and also you don't need a Woodmanth. So both of them can be replaced with other cards. Chain Spinner and Minotaur aren't that good cards, so I would consider selling them and maybe buying a Wavesmith, Lava Launcher, or Exploding Reds for them. And also there, just upgrade your life deck with him. You have nearly maxed out Oceanus, which is pretty strong. But as I said, upgrade all of your reward cards. Let's go to Chaos Legion. There, just focus on one deck before. Like if you said you have the most, let's go Rift Watchers 2 dead, because why not? You have the most water cards. If you want to have, just say you don't want to rent anything and you want to own cards in the future, focus on trying to build one deck before. Say you have the budget to buy a level 4 Kalia, maybe get all of the commons to maxed for silver, like all of the Chaos Legion commons, and maybe the level refugee because this is cheaper than the core. No, it's not a core lurker. What's it called? Demon Shark. It's nearly as strong as the Demon Shark, but it's cheaper, so maybe you buy him. And then you have commons and him, and then you just rent maybe, for example, a fire deck, an earth deck to him. So now you have 3 decks that you can play with, and also you rent the neutral and the dragon cards that are really important. Then you have a card ownership, and you have a rented deck where you can play with. You play for 2 days. The first day you play to 75%, the second day you play to 50%. Then you take a rest until the ECR gets back to 100%, and you repeat the process. And now you can do it like me. Because I have such a big deck already and I'm only missing the summoners, I rented the summoners for the whole season. And I will be unstaking every week 260 SPS, which will also keep me making profit. Like I'm still having SPS in there. And also I will, with this 260 SPS and all of my tournaments winnings, I will try to spike it up. Like there, we are currently at 15 plays, 15 wins, 5 losses. It will get me about 60 SPS. And those 2 will also be used for some new cards. But therefore you need to have some staked SPS. But first up I would just focus on playing either in Modern and in Wild. For me it would be good if you play in Modern. If you want to play in Wild, it's also good, but it's more competitive I think, and it's harder. That's why I would say play Modern. Then you have all the Modern cards. With a Chaos Legion deck, if maxed out, you can make silver, you can easily play in gold. And then you can just, go for and always reinvest what you're making. Like so. And let's just say summoners. You have 4 of those. I would recommend to you buying at least 1 Quicks, because Quicks is really strong. But let's just look if I say something wrong right now. So he went back down again a little, that's good. Quicks also went down, so I will only buy Quicks if it's about $19, $18. That's a reasonable price. Also Yasik, I would buy him back again at 20, and Rafe, I would also start buying him when he's down to $20 again. But that's only for me. Those 3 are really amazing. but just focus on your deck and try at least to make one Summoner's Merc and rent always the others to it, and don't over rent cards. Try to rent them, but don't get greedy. And just, if you want to improve, then you have to take some money in your hand. But first up, with a max silver deck, you can easily play in gold at the start of the mid of the season, and just always keep your numbers straight to stay as most positive as you can, to make the most profit out of the game. So with this, I just wish you an amazing rest of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I could help you by building out a silver deck. If I need to get more specific in some points, just write in the comments. I will do another video on the topic, and I wish you an amazing rest of the day. Goodbye.